all these, and he was laying in bed, and you could see
like, and is this part of his comedy thing, or
the whole 3 minutes was about necrophilia? Now, whether or not it's true, I
mean, Jen, you have no idea.
That's funny. Like,
they think they're
he's
funny.
Very dry.
They
and
really
the whole room was like this.
Yeah,
and so
they think they are so funny, Jen. Some of these people, I wish I had an ounce of the insane confidence that they have, that they are oblivious to the fact how terrible they are. It's insane. But I killed it.
On Zoom comedy or just open mic?
In general.
Yeah. And, and so the thing is, like, the person it was his open mic. And, that's the thing about Zoom, is that he kicked him out of the room. And then the guy messaged him, "Oh, I'm sorry. I think something happened to my connection." "Oh, I don't know what happened." And you know what? This guy, who knows where the fuck he lives, right? So, you don't ever have to deal with the person. So that's why I like my open mic, because sometimes going to a bar, it's hard to get there, or, just dealing with, people in a bar drinking. At least I feel safe, right?
Right.
But but it was interesting. But yeah, so I've met people from Toronto, from Hawaii, and it's hard to sift through people. You know what I mean? Some of the people are just like, whoa.
I know it is.
People can be totally normal, and then all of a sudden they just blow up and they're insane. Like,
yes,
I've got a really big hockey group, and some of the guys have been around for years, and they'll be the most normal person. We have one guy that we kicked out the other day, and all of a sudden, like 3 days, he just like literally went insane. Like,
what kind of does he play hockey or watching hockey?
Watching hockey.
Okay, and did you know him for a while, or
yeah, like our group's been around for like 4 or 5 years, and he's always been there, and he's just a normal poster. Like, people get pissy when they lose or whatever, but like,
oh yeah,
this guy started like attacking people, and like
on Zoom or in person,
in the Facebook group.
Yeah, they have a group.
Like, they'll go after, and they'll like go to the people's like profile and take their picture, and oh my God, you're fat frigger, and like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? Like,
well, I've had to unfriend people and unfollow them and block them, because I'm like, I just can't be sucked into this drama. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of like, and somebody had said, "Look, this person lives in Chicago. You'll never see them." I'm like, you know what? That's true. I don't care. And this one chick that she was, I had said, "Maybe you shouldn't post under the influence." She said, "You saying that's a trigger."
Oh, everything. Stop being so triggered.
And I know. And then later on, I'm like, damn it, I'm going to unblock her. And then I'm like, I'm going to unblock her to see if she said anything. It's just ridiculous, right?
But you
and then I'll block her again. What's that?
You get addicted, right? Like,
I'm on my freaking love sack at home. I have a love sack. I'm on
got a love sack?
Like, yeah, I have a love sack. Yeah.
Okay.
I blocked her, then I unblocked her, and then she had said, yeah, and then somebody said, apparently people do comedy, they take everything too seriously. And then she goes, yeah, I almost had to give back my 1 year chip of sobriety thanks to Melanie.
Oh my God.
Oh! And I'm just boy. If you're that vulnerable to start drinking again, because I said that don't post under the influence, right?
She had to give back her chip almost. People, it's
what? She was starting a rumor about another comic, and she was trying to be funny. You know what I mean? And she's not even a comic, and she's young, very young. And I was just like, you shouldn't put stuff on here. And then the thing is that the one guy thought it was funny that she had done that, and then the comic she did that to thought it was funny too. And I'm like, I'm done. So then I went to go block her, and I couldn't block her because I had unblocked her. I had to wait 24 hours.
Wait, so I didn't realize that that's a thing. So you're only allowed to block and unblock somebody every 24 hours?
Right.
Well, I got kicked off of Facebook again. God, when was it, Jen? Last week?
Last week, maybe.
Yeah, so it's a private group that we have. Oh, you're in it, Mel.
Yes.
You're in my basement politics group.
Oh, so you get yourself?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm in the politics basement group, and there's another lesbian in there, but she's definitely a little bit more on the butchy side. And when I first, saw her pictures in her profile, I mean, she really looked to me to be like in her late 20s. Okay. So my thing is, I know a lot of people are offended by the word, but she's not, but I call her Baby Dyke. Like, she's this cute little lesbian, she's going to grow up. She's a little baby dyke, and it's a term of endearment.
And she loves the name. Like,
and she's laughed. I mean, I got like two little lesbians that work for me. They're just the cutest little things, and they lift everything for me. And I'm like, oh, I love you, my little baby dykes. And they laugh. They think it's cute. So that word I know people, you know what? It's our own, it's us. We want to call each other whatever, and everyone's okay with it. So I typed on there. I don't remember what she said, but I was like something like, oh, we were doing the challenge that they were doing, the Gen Z want you to part your hair in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what is
that?
Millennial challenge or whatever it is, right? So
part your hair in the middle for what reason? Just
millennials saying that you no longer part your hair on the side. Like, it's like only old people part their hair on the side.
Only like
don't wear skinny jeans, like
the millennials.
God, look at this.
Their pictures of their
so now I was laughing because I was sitting there with my hair like up on the top of my head, and I was like, well, what about the boomer bun? Never mind parting my head in the middle. I got the boomer bun. Come for me, millennials. Or no, Gen Z, right?
Gen Z, okay.
Which age group are they? Like 18, 19? Yeah. So anyway, so she posted this picture, like she has like this cute little short haircut, and she parted it in the middle and like pushed it down, and it just looked ridiculous. She looked like Alfalfa from the Little Rascals. Remember Alfalfa with the hair, right?
Yes,
or
I remember
Spunky.
that.
Is it Spanky?
No, I think had it down with a little point at the back.
Yeah. And I said, oh, come on, you look like a little, spanky baby dyke or whatever. Well, Facebook flagged me because they flag those words now.
Baby dyke or dyke?
Dyke. So I got the boot on Facebook for only 24 hours that time. But now you have to like put like an asterisk in there or spell it differently. It's just, you can't even say mushroom or weed anymore because they'll boot you because they think of it's drugs.
What?
Yeah. So you have to.
We had during the hockey playoffs, I said to one of the guys, there was a new kid, like it was going to be his first game during the playoffs. And I said something like, if you make fun of Robertson, I'm going to kill you in your sleep. And I got put in Facebook jail for 3 days for using kill. Like, and you can appeal it. And I'm like, clearly this is a joke. Like,
so wait, does somebody, in order for you to, did somebody say report comment?
You could get reported, but in these instances, they just like the algorithm just picks up those words.
Facebook has like a million words that
so you just have to
be white bread and clean of America. I never gotten.
Because in the Animal Crossing groups, they say the same thing.
I want to play Animal Crossing.
Oh my gosh, it's like so fun. But anyway, they have the same thing. Like you got to spell word like weed. You're not allowed to say weed or mushroom. It's so, but at any rate, who am I to say? It's Mike Zuckerberg's house and he can decide what you say in it. So I'm like, hey,
Mark Zuckerberg, but
it is what it is. It is what it is.
So, I know in San Francisco, they have the Pride Parade and they have dykes on bikes. I don't know if they still
I don't know what they're going to do about the word dykes on bikes. I was just talking about that.
Is that a bad word now?
I guess you're not allowed to say it's a hate speech, they said. I don't care. I mean, I use it for myself, whatever. I'm not taking it out of my jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, they can come for me, but
the difference is who's using it though. Like You're
like, I don't think Facebook really, when they're just picking up the algorithms, they don't know if it's a joke, that you're joking or with them, or it's
like,
okay.
If a Black person uses the N-word, it would be okay, but Facebook doesn't know that much. They just know the N-word was used, so they're going to ban you or block you or put you in Facebook jail or whatever.
Yeah, you
so
just
what do they do? Do they send you a message, or what when you get in
it's
Facebook?
Like you try and post and it says like, oh, due to community standards or violating community standards, you have been blocked or banned.
I did mine was hate speech.
3 days or 2 days.
Oh my God, I want to do it. You know what? That would help curb my addiction. I'm trying to get off Facebook as much,
Yeah, what are you going to do now? You're going to Instagram?
I have Instagram. Oh, I still am on Facebook. I'm just joking. I'm just kind of, after that whole back and forth with that woman who even knows who she is.
Oh, I know.
I'm like,
I know.
No, you need to get off. You need to get out of the house and stop arguing with people who are like one bad comment away from going back on the drinking.
Or losing their
binges.
sobriety.
Isn't that weird? Because
but you know what? It's hard to kind of like when you're in a group like that to read the room and know who's what's what, people are so touchy and it's.
Well, so I don't know, but
plus,
so I wanted to ask you, I was thinking about talking to you guys about this. So I started the Funny Ladies Power Hour. My friend and I started it. It's all women's. And Jen, I'd love to have you. And do you do Zoom comedy?
Me?
Yeah.
Lord, no.
Do you do comedy?
Oh
my God, I thought you did.
No.
Lord, no, I'm not funny.
No, okay. Jen's just here. Jen just laughs at me.
But
Jen's my Canadian perspective that just laughs at my bad material. And it's always fun though, because when we talk about things that happen here in America, to see Jen's face is like the best. Like now that Trump is gone though, it won't be nearly as amusing for Jen.
Oh, I know.
Though the Texas guy, they're full of snow and they have no power in the.
I know. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that when we start the stupid news. We're gonna talk about wonderful Ted Cruz.
So I started the Funny Ladies Power Hour,
right? And
so one of the things is to get women together and do, empower women. Well, you know what? I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
So this whole notion of men saying that women aren't funny, right?
Yeah.
So are there men out there to say that still?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Because there's this. I see this little group of men and they're out there, and I'm not going to say who they are, but they go, oh yeah, women are funny. Men are funnier than women. Oh, and they're, women are, and I'm just like, I can't believe they would say that nowadays and think it's okay. Not that I'm trying to be sensitive.
There's the same men that think that you shouldn't be at work or like.
Are they funny?
You should be. They're not funny, probably.
Jenna, Mel, are they funny? Is the question.
Well, they are funny guys, but I almost think they're doing it for an act.
Yeah,
they're doing it to be like, just kind of like, because they'll also joke around and say, "Oh yeah, I'm pansexual, haha," or "I'm transgender." Ha.
This is why open mic can become a nightmare. These are
guys that they've done shows and headline in San Francisco. They used to be in San Francisco.
Really?
And now they're now they moved to New York City, and I just don't know. I don't think it's. How
okay, but are they? No, I think it's absolutely ridiculous unless they're funny. And in order to pull off talking about being a straight cis male, talking about, making fun of a trans, sexual or a transgender, okay, that shit, I don't even know how funny. You know what? You better be Dave Chappelle funny. Because there's nobody that can pull that shit off. Yeah. Like, there's only a very few comics that can pull that off. And one is Dave Chappelle. And there is such a fine line when you get into any type of beating down, pushing down comedy. That, right. If you're going to bring a gay joke as a straight man talking about a gay man or whatever, that shit,
or saying that women aren't funny, and Amy Schumer, she's funny, but then who wants to date her or whatever, and and it's the three of them, and I think you have to be very, like you said, very careful. And then there's people who are there are guys and even girls maybe that sit in
Yeah.
their house and they listen to this stuff and they can get, that's maybe the QAnon group, whatever the heck they're called. They get influenced by that. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
think this.
No,
I
mean,
think it's good.
Right. No, I agree with you there. And I'm telling you, I am not a fan of cancel culture at all. And I
Okay,
am
can
not
you describe cancel culture? What is that? Because I'm too old.
it's people like us